Hello and welcome to Newsmax TV. I'm John Bachman. Right now we're joined by pollster John Zogby here with the latest results from the latest Newsmax Zogby tracking poll of Ohio. Thanks for being with us, John.
Hey, thank you, John.
All right, following up on Mitt Romney's post-debate bounce, some people were wondering how long it's going to last. It's been here for more than a week now, and after 3 days of closely watching this Newsmax Zogby poll, the bounce looks like it's here to stay. Is that correct?
It is, barring anything unforeseen, in the debate on Tuesday. But yeah, it's here to stay. Momentum still with Romney, and we have a dead heat. Your viewers may recall that we had a 9-point Obama lead going into the first presidential debate. Now it's tied.
One thing in particular that I noticed is that Romney continues to gain support from independent voters, up 2 more points in this latest poll from the last. In a swing state like Ohio, how important is that trend?
Well, extremely important. For starters, Ohio does not have registration by political party. People will identify themselves as Democrats or Republicans, but most voters in Ohio are independents, and so it's a very large chunk. So, President Obama had been leading by double digits among independents. Now it is swung over in the favor of Romney. Now, 1 in 4 independents in Ohio are still undecided, but momentum is clearly with Romney.
Also, 48% of Ohio voters say it's time for someone new, up a full point from the last poll as well. Is this a number that President Obama needs to be most concerned with at this point?
Absolutely. We measure this on incumbents all the time. This is a standard question that we ask. Does the incumbent deserve to be reelected, or is it time for someone new? If you're upside down, you're in trouble. Frankly, if an incumbent is under 45, 46% who feel that he deserves to be reelected, that's normally trouble for the incumbent. Here we've got the president at 42%. When we first started in Ohio, it was 45% who felt that he deserved to be reelected. That number then going down each day. And then the negative number, the time for someone new, is at 48%. Just not good news for the president at this moment.
So while the percentage of Ohioans who strongly approve of Obama's job performance has held firm at 19%, the number who strongly disapprove continues to tick up a little bit now at almost 39%. What's your take on this trend?
Obama just doesn't have wiggle room in Ohio. Ohio is very important, and it's going to be very, very close. But the president starts out with a solid deficit, 39% who rate him poorly or strongly disapprove of his job performance. That means, to be credible, he has to win over 90% of the rest of the voters. So right now, he's at about 47% overall approval and 50% disapprove, but 39% strongly disapprove. They're just not going to vote for him.
And while he maintains a lead, I guess it's definitely an uphill battle for the president from here on out.
It's an uphill battle, especially given the fact that he had been leading, and actually leading pretty substantially in Ohio before the first debate. There were some national aggregators, in fact, that were collecting and averaging the polling data and had moved Ohio from a toss-up state to comfortably in the president's column. Not anymore. It's a toss-up state.
You talked about this just a couple of weeks ago. President Obama had a huge lead, 9-10 points in some areas. Where does this collapse rank in what you've seen with all of your polling experience?
This is familiar to 2000, where depending on the event, generally a presidential debate, we would see Al Gore go up 4, 5, sometimes 6 points, and then it would collapse and swing all the way in the other direction to a Bush lead of 6 points. That happened 3 times in late September and October. I suspect that's the sort of thing that's going to happen now. And then we all know where that ended up in 2000 in a head-scratching tie.
Ohio, of course, is also a crucial swing state in terms of the overall makeup of what the next U.S. Senate will look like. Let's take a look at the race now between Republican Josh Mandel and Democrat Sherrod Brown. Brown's support continues to dwindle. Mandel's has had a little jump as of late. Do you see Mandel pulling ahead anytime soon?
He could possibly, if the momentum continues. There's another incident where prior to the first debate, Sherrod Brown appeared to be running away with this. The race had started out as close, and then Sherrod Brown was being listed as fairly comfortable in re-election. Look at these numbers. It's not only that it's a tie, but that an incumbent is polling 37%. Now, to be fair, his challenger is only polling 37%, but I'd have to say that's worse news at this moment anyway for Sherrod Brown, the incumbent.
Also another example of how important those independent voters are in Ohio. I want to shift quickly to last night's vice presidential debate. We saw Joe Biden quick to jump in, something we didn't see from President Obama, often interrupting Congressman Paul Ryan. Do you think that will hurt the Obama-Biden ticket at all in terms of likability?
No, I don't think so. I think, frankly, if there were independents and undecideds watching, I doubt that very many were. I don't think that they were changed either way. I think it was a tie. But I think in terms of what needed to be done, Biden had the more important job of the two, which is to tell Democrats it's okay to be for us guys again. He was knowledgeable. He was forceful. Command of the facts. He, on the other hand, was terribly annoying, supercilious, I think very disrespectful, but I think he got the job done. And so in my column that I wrote last night, I ultimately scored it for Biden on points.
All right, and also in terms of the debate, Joe Biden and Paul Ryan went back and forth on a couple key issues. Which one of those issues do you think will stand out the most in the minds of voters? Will it be Libya? Will it be Medicare? Will it be taxes? Does anything stand out between that back and forth between those two candidates that will resonate with voters?
Well, I think, in terms of Libya, I think the administration is hurt by that. And you'll see that, Paul Ryan scored some points last night, and I think they'll score points continuing on. But I think the standout is Medicare. Ryan has been labeled, he's been branded as dangerous to Medicare. I think that he got to clarify his position a bit, for their supporters, the GOP supporters. But, once undecideds begin to pay attention, those on the fence begin to pay attention, it's going to be very, very difficult for Romney and Ryan to answer questions about being, quote, anti-Medicare.
And of course, now the anticipation switches till Tuesday, when everyone will be focused in on the next debate, presidential debate, a town hall style meeting. Should be an interesting one. Pollster John Zogby, thanks so much for being with us.
Hey, thanks, John.